Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into Microsoft Teams, specifically how it's used in education.
That's right. We're looking at the Microsoft Teams for Education Guide.
And our mission really is to give you the key takeaways fast. What makes Teams work for schools?
Exactly. More than just features. It's about, how it actually changes things in the classroom.
Okay, so let's jump in. What are those standout things, the features that make it suitable?
Well, the guide really pushes the collaboration side. Think shared spaces online, instant chat.
Right, ways for students and teachers to connect.
Yeah, dynamically. And then there's class management stuff built in, keeps things organized. Plus, the big one, integration.
Integration with other Microsoft tools, like OneNote.
Exactly, especially OneNote. It's how all these pieces sort of lock together. That's what's interesting.
Okay, that integration bit sounds like it could be a game changer. How does it work practically for a teacher managing classes?
So the guide paints Teams as this central hub, basically. Yeah. Teachers can set up channels for different subjects, maybe projects. They can hand out assignments, get them back, give feedback.
Oh, it's like Teams.
Right there, just pulls everything under one roof, makes it efficient.
Got it. And for students, how does it get them working together?
The guide talks about features like co-editing documents in real time.
So, multiple students on one file.
Yep, at the same time.
Yeah.
Plus, dedicated channels for group projects, easy ways to share files, presentations. It's about, actual teamwork online.
Okay. And you mentioned OneNote integration specifically. How does that help?
Right. Think of OneNote like a super flexible digital binder.
Okay.
Teams lets teachers embed their class notebooks right in. So sharing notes, handouts, giving feedback privately on student work, it's all seamless within Teams.
Centralizes the resources then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Very efficient.
Digital organization, though.
Hmm.
It can get messy. Any tips from the guide on keeping Teams manageable?
Yeah, that's a good point. The guide really stresses thinking about how you structure channels, maybe by week or topic.
Makes sense. Consistency.
Definitely. Clear names for assignments, consistent due dates, little things that stop it becoming overwhelming. Keeps everyone on track.
Solid advice. But it can't all be smooth sailing. Any potential challenges the guide mentions for schools using Teams?
It does touch on, well, the reality of access. Not every student has reliable internet or a device, right?
True. The digital divide.
Exactly.
No.
And there's also just a learning curve. Teachers and students need time to get comfortable with everything you can do.
Absolutely. Important points. What about hybrid learning? So crucial now. Does Teams help bridge that gap between in-person and remote?
Oh, for sure. The guide emphasizes this. Video conferencing is built in for live classes.
Like Zoom, but integrated.
Right. And shared whiteboards, recording lessons so kids can watch later. It's designed to be flexible, whatever the learning setup is.
And safety, security, privacy for student data. Big concerns.
Definitely. The guide states Microsoft has built in specific security and privacy features for the education version, designed to protect student info and meet regulations.
Good to know that's baked in. The guide also talks about real-world impact. Does it give examples?
It doesn't go deep into specific case studies itself, but it suggests, schools using it well see real benefits. Better communication, collaboration, student engagement going up.
Right. And finally, how does Teams stack up against others, like Google Classroom, Zoom?
The guide sort of positions Teams as really strong if a school's already using Microsoft stuff.
Because of that deep integration.
Exactly. It suggests Google Classroom might be a bit simpler for just basic assignments, while Zoom is mostly just video. The takeaway is, it depends.
Depends on the school's needs and what tech they already have.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive on the Microsoft Teams for Education guide. We've seen it's got strong collab tools, good class management features.
Supports hybrid learning well.
Especially if you're in the Microsoft world already, but need careful organization.
And need to consider that access issue.
Right. The guide presents it as this pretty comprehensive platform, capable of really boosting the education experience if used right.
That sums it up well.
Which leads us to a final thought for you listening. We've talked features, we've talked potential hurdles, thinking about platforms like Teams for the Future of Learning. What aspect feels most promising to you? Or maybe what's most concerning? Something to chew on. Thanks for diving deep with us.